Hi everybody, Chris Lewis once again coming to you from Austintown Fitch High School with another one of our student athletes in Falcon Country who's going to be letting us know where she'll be attending college and continuing her career in athletics. And with us today is Lillian Dilts, one of our great swimmers here at Fitch. Lily, nice to see you.
Nice seeing you.
And why don't you tell us who you have with you?
My mom and my stepdad, Jim.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you both, and we're glad that we can have this opportunity to share such a special moment with you and your daughter. So it's great to have you here. And the one thing that I always ask our student athletes on signing day, when did you start whatever sport? However, in this case, swimming, of course, I'm sure you started very young. Now, were you one of those kids that they threw in as a baby and you just automatically swam like they say is supposed to happen, or did you take lessons along the way?
Well, my older sisters always swam, and they're 5 years older than me, so I was always in the shallow pool playing with my mom during swim practice. And so when I got to the age where it was time for me to swim, I didn't really need lessons at that point because I had already been playing in the pool so long. So
you were an expert early on, is what you're saying?
Not, well, kinda.
Kinda? So did your sisters teach you anything, or?
Yeah, I liked watching them swim when I grew up, so they're kind of how I got into the sport.
So they were competitive also?
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I was going to ask you today is, how do you find out that there's competitive swimming? Because I have to admit, until I got here last year, I didn't even realize that Fitch had started a swim team. So, if your sisters weren't around, how would you have found out that there was even competitive swimming?
I honestly don't know that I would have. They were always involved in swimming, and that's how I got involved in swimming. And there's very few programs in the area, and none of them are in Austintown, so we either had to drive to Firestone or Salem or Youngstown to swim. And
when you say Firestone, Akron?
No, in Columbiana, like Firestone's pool.
Oh, Firestone Park.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of time spent on the road.
Yeah.
Did you ever swim at the Y?
Yeah, that's where I swim my club teams through the Y.
So your club teams were at the Y?
Yeah.
And that was kind of your home arena, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Well, very cool. And so you started swimming competitively when you're about what age?
I did summer swim when I was 6, and then I started getting serious and doing it all year round around when I was 9 and 10. So since I was 10.
Round and round, huh?
Yeah.
Is that a specific stroke in the water? Or?
No.
Is there anybody that you have looked up to as a swimmer? Maybe you watched on TV growing up?
On TV, everyone kind of looked up to Michael Phelps for a while because he was very strong when I was younger. So
obviously,
definitely
yeah.
Michael Phelps. But locally, on Fitch's team, actually, Gia Dorenzo and Timmy Kubaki, they were very good swimmers around here, and they were my sister's best friends. So I definitely looked up to them when I was younger.
Wow, so you had some local inspiration.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not something you hear too often. That's pretty cool. I was expecting you to say, a Katie Ledecky or somebody like that, but you
Yeah.
got your inspiration from some friends.
Yeah.
Wow, I got to say that's a new one on me. And do they know that, by the way?
I don't know. Definitely when I was younger, Timmy knew that I had an obsession with Timmy, but I don't know that Gia would know.
An obsession with Timmy, so you're crushing on him, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I love it. But to be young again. Am I right, folks? All right. Last year, you were one of 2 swimmers from Fitch who made it to the district meet, and if I'm not mistaken, you competed in both the backstroke, and you finished 24th overall.
Yeah.
And also the butterfly, which was a 15th place finish, correct?
Yeah.
Which of those do you actually consider your strongest event?
Definitely 100 fly. I took all summer and all like preseason working on fly this year, and I'm really hoping to drop time this year in my 100 fly.
And could you describe for those of us who are kind of naive when it comes to competitive swimming, can you like demonstrate the difference between butterfly and backstroke? Or
So butterfly, you like bring your arms both over at the same time and you do like a dolphin kick.
okay,
And then for backstroke, you do like a flutter kick and you go like that.
and you're on your back, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't even know how to swim, so I'm getting an education here. But what did it feel like? Now, you were a captain on the volleyball team this year.
Yeah.
And you guys made it to districts last year, and it had a nice run in the postseason this year. What's the difference making it to the district meet as an individual compared to being part of a team like with volleyball?
Well, with swim, especially if we didn't have our relay didn't make it to districts. So for me individually, there was so much like it's one race. You don't have like in a volleyball game, you have 25 points that you have to get, but you have one race. It's like a minute of your time, and if something happens and it goes wrong, like you don't have another chance to make that up because your time wouldn't be there. So and you have your team to rely on. If you're having a bad game, then you have your team to rely on to get you to that next game. But for swimming, it's just you.
So there's that added pressure of, hey, it's if my time isn't good, it's on me. There's no one to blame but me.
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting because one of the things that I've always wondered when I've watched swimming on TV, how do you know when you need to kick it up a notch, or are you aware of your time? Because a lot of times the thing you see swimmers do as soon as they touch the wall is jump up and find the scoreboard and see what their time is. And I've always wondered, do you know how you're doing while you're in the pool? Can you see the people around you, and that see if you need to just kind of find a new gear?
Well, you can kind of see around you, but we're taught not to look at the other teams. Your goal is to race yourself, and like you want a PR for yourself. So we're taught not to look at the other people. But when you are swimming, you're pushing yourself as hard as you can, and so. But you don't really know what time you're going to go. And then a lot of the times, if I do need to kick it up into high gear, you can hear your coaches on the sidelines screaming at you.
Really?
So, yeah. So at the side of the pool, especially Coach Terry and Coach Aaron, they're both here today. You can hear them.
And for those who aren't familiar, Coach Terry's last name is?
Patterson.
And?
Aaron Parker.
Aaron Parker, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know we have a new swim coach this year, so I just want to make sure I was giving credit to the right people. So thank you for clarifying that. But how do you train to get faster? I mean, like you said, is it always about the PR?
During swim, we have different types of workouts. We do like kick sets to focus on our legs. We pull with paddles. We use pool buoys, and we use different equipment. We swim with buckets, we swim with parachutes, we'll do bungees, and all that is like resistance stuff, and it's teaching you how to pool in the water. And then we'll do like sprint days where we just sprint the whole practice, or we'll do distance or conditioning. There's just different types of things that our coaches have us do, which are all geared to make us faster.
Resistance seems to be the key then, huh?
We do it like once a week. So
That's interesting, because I've always seen swimmers and it's like, okay, Michael Phelps, new PR, and it's like, okay, what's he doing to get that new PR? So it's interesting to hear from a swimmer. So how has playing volleyball helped you, or maybe even set you back as a swimmer? I mean, are there things that you have to get used to again after a volleyball season?
Well, I never stopped training during volleyball season.
Okay.
I just go to swim after volleyball. So that was definitely a challenge. Sometimes I would have to go to lifting right after school and come to volleyball for 2 hours and then go home, hurry up, get my homework done, and then go swim again. So that was definitely a challenge, but I also think that pushed me as an athlete to make me stronger.
So you would leave lifting, then practice, go home, get something to eat, get ready, and go swim.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I know there are a lot of two-sport athletes here at Fitch, but God, that has to take a toll on your body.
Yeah.
Just a little?
Just
There are ever days where you just, man, I don't want to be in the water today.
Definitely, but there's always that motivation inside that I still want to PR and I still want to do better this season. And if you take time out of the water, it's so hard to get back into shape. So you really can't. We don't really have like a true off season in swim. We'll have 2-week, 3-week breaks, but you have to stay in the water all the time or it's so hard to get back into shape.
I never would have guessed that. Like I said, especially not knowing how to swim. That's interesting. You're giving me an education on swimming here today, I got to say. So what have you learned about yourself as a swimmer? Or through swimming, I should say.
It's definitely taught me like time management and like how to push myself to get where I want to get. And it's that those lessons it helps me with school and it helps me with sports and it helps me with all kinds of different aspects in my life. Well,
that's knowing that there's it's just you and against the world out there. I'm sure that has definitely helped you.
Yeah.
So, well, now is the moment that we're all here for, and as I like to make sure everybody gets ready, why don't you tell us where you're going?
I'm going to go to Edinboro University.
Edinboro University. Everybody give Lillian Dilts a nice round of applause. Heading to Edinboro. And why don't you go ahead and put pen to paper there. And folks, how you feeling? What are you thinking?
I'm really excited for Lillian. She really kind of started talking about this last year pretty seriously, and we were fortunate to have Coach Terry come into our life when he did. He is Edinboro alumni and has time coaching at the University of Akron too, so he's been a great middleman to kind of help us get in there a little bit.
Right.
He was very realistic with her when she had the conversation with him about swimming and if she was ready to swim at the next level. She fell in love with the campus the couple times that she's been there to visit, and the coach there gives me very warm feelings as a parent. So I feel very confident about the decision she's made. I'm happy for her.
And I'm sure you're both very proud.
Yes, very.
Well, we're all proud of you, Lily, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you the last couple of years, and I gotta say, there's one heck of a kid and a great student, and fun to watch as an athlete. So congratulations to you both, and also to Lily. And gotta ask you a couple questions. What made you decide on Edinboro?
Well, their team chemistry is unmatched. Like they're so close as a team, and they just want what's best for each other. And their coach is such a great guy, and he really focuses on like managing your education is just as important as you as an athlete. So I just think that's a place where I'll succeed, like both academically and athletically.
And have you set determined what your major is going to be?
Nursing.
Nursing?
Yeah.
And how far do you want to get with that?
I eventually want to be a CRNA. So
which is for people who aren't educated like myself about nursing. What exactly is that?
It's a nurse anesthetist, so they do like anesthesia and stuff.
So you can put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that you're boring or anything. I could probably put everybody in this room to sleep, but anyway. Well, we definitely wish you luck there. And I like to check out some of the schools when we have signing days, just to see if there's anything unique about the schools, and especially notable alumni. Now, I found a couple here that were pretty unique and very different from each other. Pat Monahan from the band Train, who did Hey Soul Sister and Calling All Angels and a couple other hits, is an alumnus, I should say, from Edinboro. And also the actress Sharon Stone, who was huge in the 90s. I don't know if you were aware of that or not.
No.
They don't throw that in the recruitment?
No.
Now, and there's also a handful of MMA fighters. Now, your teammates, I know, are, and you're probably proud of them too, but they always tell you to show your guns. Do you see yourself maybe getting on that list of MMA fighters someday?
No.
No?
No.
Because I've seen your guns. When your teammates say, hey, show them off, and I tell you what, I wouldn't want to mess with her. So you probably do pretty good at MMA.
No.
No?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, you're going to be putting people to sleep, so, you know. But moving on, what goals have you set for yourself as a student athlete?
I definitely want to drop time. My personal goal for this season is to break a minute in my 100 fly, which I've come really close, but I haven't hit that yet, so I'm hoping to hit that this season. And I just want to be able to manage school and sports and be the best teammate that I can be. So.
And what's your fastest time so far?
It's like a minute flat, around there.
Oh, so you're right there.
Yeah.
You'll get it this year, you think?
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah. Do you intend on maybe playing volleyball?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
I
I don't have the height.
Yeah, at that level, you're probably right. They like the taller girls
Yeah.
at that level. Well, either way, we know that you're going to be successful. We've had great success here as a student, as well as a student athlete, and we're proud of you and wish you luck. Once again, Lillian Dilts heading to Edinboro, the newest Edinboro Fighting Scot. Once again, everybody, let's give her a big round of applause. So congratulations, Lily,
Thank you.
and we wish you the best of luck from this point forward in everything you do.
Thank you.
So, well, that'll do it for me, Chris Lewis, reminding you once again, always remember to show your Falcon pride.